Have you ever ordered 5 bananas from Instacart or your grocery store delivery and suddenly have 50 tons of bananas? We're gonna show you how to freeze those bananas so you can use them in just about any recipe. Hey everybody, I'm Kelly with the Suburban Soapbox, and today we are freezing bananas. I recently had a delivery from my grocery store and I had about 6 giant bunches of bananas, and you can only make so much banana bread, banana muffins, banana cake before you get sick of it. So I like to freeze my bananas. I'm gonna show you how easy it is to do and then how to use them in different recipes. So we have my bananas here. We have some that are like very brown to slightly freckled. This is the perfect stage that you want your bananas to be. So if you get a delivery and you have too many bananas and they're still like a little green, maybe perfectly yellow, just let them sit on the counter for a few days until they're like freckly, and then they have the perfect amount of sugar in there to sweeten up basically any recipe. You don't even have to treat them or coat them in lemon juice or honey to keep them from browning, because you're going to pop them right in the freezer and then you're going to use them frozen in your recipes. So we're just going to take our bananas off this tray, and I like to just use a baking sheet to freeze them in the freezer, obviously. Freezing them in the freezer. And just put down either parchment or a silicone baking mat. Just press that down here. And I cut my bananas 2 different ways. So if I'm making banana bread, I like to see like a whole banana because I use 3 bananas in my banana bread. Doesn't matter how big they are, I always use 3 bananas. So I like to make sure I keep some of the bananas somewhat intact. For smoothies or smoothie bowls, I like to have like little slices of bananas, and you can buy them at the grocery store like that, but they're so stinking expensive, and this is so easy to do. Much more economical way to just freeze your own bananas. I have seen people freeze bananas in the peel. I have never had any luck getting that peel off once they're frozen. So this is so much easier for me to do it this way. And if you have had luck freezing your bananas with the peel on, feel free to share your tips down in the comments section. So we're just gonna slice these. And they don't have to be super thin. They don't even have to be the same uniform size in slices. You just wanna make sure they're all in a single layer and not touching, because then once they're frozen, you can dump them into a bag, and then it's easier to take them out of the bag to use in your recipes. You don't want a big giant clump of frozen bananas and not have any way to measure them out. All right, so that is for smoothies and smoothie bowls. And then for my banana bread, I just like to cut them in half this way, just like that, and then slice them lengthwise. That just helps them thaw a little faster so that you can use them in a banana bread recipe. And we're just gonna pop this into the freezer. They take about 4 hours to be completely solid and firm. I put them in there overnight and they're ready to go for breakfast the next morning for your morning smoothie. So you can see these were frozen overnight. You can hear they're hard as a rock. And I like to just store my sliced bananas in one bag and then label the bag with the date so that you know exactly when they were frozen. And then we'll put our longer sliced bananas in to this bag. And I've used these in oatmeal, so if you make like steel cut oats in the morning, you can just grab a couple of these slices and throw them in the pot. Once your oatmeal is starting to like firm up and soak up all that water, it adds a nice sweetness, and then you don't have to add any extra sugar or honey or anything. So we're just gonna press out all the air and seal it up. And that's it. There's your frozen bananas. You can now use them in any recipe that calls for bananas, or throw them in your morning smoothies. Basically anywhere that You would need a banana, couple slices, whole banana. This is what you need. If you like this tip, please be sure to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. For more easy recipes, visit thesuburbansoapbox.com. Thanks again.